I started going to school about when I was 7, but I never had forgotten the old ways, and I still do. I've lived in two worlds, so to speak. The traditional Crow-Indian way, I dance, sing, and go to ceremonials and all those things. And at the same time, I live like a modern American, gone to several colleges, had good jobs, but I can mix the two, blend it too, get the best from each and enjoy life that way. And if I were to give advice to these young growing Crow-Indian boys and girls, I would tell them, never forget the old tribal ways. Use them. Use a good one. And also, of course, go to school, get a good education, and be able to compete in the white man's world in finding jobs and following a profession. You can blend the two, enjoy a good bicultural way. And that can be done. That would be my advice to these young kids. And they're doing it now. The powwow is doing that. It's a vehicle that's keeping these kids Indian. Then, of course, they go to school. So during the Crow Fair, you'll see the little kids all dressed up, dancing, parading on horses, going back to the Indian way, enjoy themselves. Now they're put their Indian costumes away and they're going to school now. So they're doing it. And I'm glad to see that they're hanging on. 1952, 53, for about 12 years we had an event at Sheridan, Wyoming called All American Indian Days. And we had a Miss Indian America pageant along with it. So I was a program arranger and head MC. So the families of these queen candidates would come along. One year we had over 100 candidates for Miss Indian America. And their relatives, their tribes would come there. So let's put on a show here. So I'd go around, and I said, tonight, said, you put on a tribal skit, a short dance or something that is representative of your cultural way, tribal way. All right. So every evening, I'd bring in a group. They would put on a little skit. Navajos did something, and Shoshone in Idaho came in, did the ghost dance. They managed to get some ghost shirts. They called ghost shirts. They did the ghost dance. And other dances of different tribes put on their Hopis and put on their dances. Oklahoma did the fancy dancing. They were good at that. So uh, the dancing took off from there again. Up to that time, the tribes up here had quit dancing, quit singing. And when they quit dancing and singing, women quit making clothes, moccasins, beadwork. And very few can sing songs. Boy, it was a dying thing. So when we started this All American Indian Days, that brought back dancing because one portion of the night said, we'll have a contest of who's the best dancer. Said little boys and teenage dancers and old men and adults, both men and women. So we started having contest dancing, giving prizes. That's the way it started out. And Pretty soon the Arapahoes were the first one who deflected. They decided to have their own powwow at Arapahoe there, Eastity or someplace there. And next year the Piegans, they broke off and had their own thing, or copied after this one. They call it all North American Indian Days, they call it. So other tribes start having their own powwows, you know. So what this thing did up here is revive the powwow type dancing. So the All American Indian Days brought back Indian dancing, Indian singing, and of course Indian handicraft, making costumes. And singers start singing. We had singing contests too over there, you know. Only a few drums. So that All American Indian Days brought the Indian back to his blanket, so to speak.